What if doing nice things for other people, what if that was actually really bad for you? And what if the doing nice things for other people that you think is serving a greater good, that is making you a good person, what if actually all of that is really bad? And what if actually all of that is at the expense of your self-esteem, your self-worth, and your own identity? In this video, I want to talk about why getting out of the habit of doing nice things for other people may be helpful for you, and why being in the habit of doing nice things for other people, you may have an unconscious habit, as I have, and as I still sometimes have, of being what I call a pleaser. You see, there's a difference, I think, between being kind and being nice. Being nice, being kind is good. Being kind is doing something without the expectation of anything in return. Being kind is doing things without a hidden agenda. Being kind is doing things that will ultimately serve other people. And being kind is doing something without kind of thinking through, like, what's in this for me? Being nice, on the other hand, is kind of the ugly sister to being kind. You see, for a very long time, I have been nice. For a very long time, I've been nice. And what I've been doing is I've been effectively doing nice things, doing what I thought was kind things, giving out compliments, saying nice things to people, telling them they're great, just buying people stuff. And all of that has ultimately been not me being kind, but me being nice. And the difference is that in my unconscious mind, and I'm now consciously aware of it, most of my decisions, not all of them, but most of my decisions were being driven by a desperate hope and need for whoever I was gifting or giving or being nice to was going to give me something back, was going to give me some praise, was going to give me some validation, was going to give me some form of approval, some kind of gold star, like, oh, Miles is so nice, he's so nice, he does nice things for me, so I'm going to do nice things for him. He says nice things to me, so I'm going to say nice things back. And ultimately, the only reason I was saying these nice things is because I had a desperate need and hope that those people were going to say nice things back. So an example of this over the years has been with certain mentors. Like, I've had many different mentors over the years. And interestingly, when I look at it now, there's quite a few of those mentors that I didn't actually have a lot of respect for. There's quite a few of those mentors that I didn't actually really have a good relationship with. There's quite a few of those mentors that, truth be told, without like mentioning names, I was kind of deflecting to those mentors because I was hoping that they would give me something, or they would say something, or they would do something that would ultimately manifest into them choosing me, them validating me, them approving of me, right? And so if you are somebody who can be really honest with yourself and recognize that this is like a pattern inside of you, if you can recognize that at some level, if you're willing to be honest with yourself and go, you know what, that's me. Because it will take a lot of radical honesty for you to admit this to yourself, right? It's taken a long time for me to be able to admit to myself that there are times where I text somebody, or times where I send somebody a voice note, or times where I comment on somebody's post on social media and tell them how great they are, that I've been doing that with a desperate need and hope that they're going to do it back for me, right? And what's really interesting is that neediness, that needy energy, well, first and foremost, that often means that that person can feel that and therefore they don't give it back. But secondly, what it is doing is I believe it's sending out a signal to the universe that ultimately what we're doing is we're basically saying, here's my self-worth, here is my self-esteem, let me put it in your hands. Let you be the person that validates me. let you be the person that tells me I'm enough. Please tell me I'm enough, because I don't think I am. Please tell me I'm enough, because my mum or my dad didn't tell me I'm enough. So maybe, oh, holier than thou mentor that I put on thou pedestal will tell me I'm enough. And even if they do, you will never feel enough, because I believe that in some way the universe will keep refusing to give you what you want, because it knows it needs to give you what you need. And I know that all along what I've ultimately needed is to not get significance and not get validation and not get approval from other people, because in not getting it, I grew more frustrated, more annoyed, more like, why won't they just tell me I'm enough? Like, I remember being in certain mastermind programs and I would desperately want somebody to tell me I did well, because I thought I did. But then somebody else did well, and the whole group, like, I'd be like in a WhatsApp channel and like everybody's like, oh my God, that's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why didn't they do it for me? And the reason they didn't do it for me is because I was sending out a needy energy that I needed it. In actual fact, it wasn't what I needed. You know, I truly do believe that life doesn't always give us what we want, but it gives us what we need. And I recognize that in my life, the things that I often need is the opposite of what I actually want, right? And so I now realize, as on reflection, and I do not sit here on my guru pedestal like, oh, I've figured this out, I'm awakened and you're not. That's not what I'm doing in this video. What I'm doing in this video is firstly reminding myself to live into this stuff consistently, because I still catch myself even now where I will go to do something that is the old behavior, the old me. But part of this, going back to a book I've referenced a few times by Dr. Joe Dispenza, which he calls Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Part of the ability to break the habit of being yourself starts with you acting as if you are a new person. So by me doing this video, the purpose of this video primarily for me is for me to speak out loud and be really honest and vulnerable about the fact that, hey, I have had a codependency on external validation. And by publicizing that is almost like deactivating the trigger. And even though it's ironic, right? Doing these videos is a form of validation. Will people like it? Will they approve of it? But I also know that, well, if I don't put this message out, then it's not going to help anybody. So there's this kind of double-edged sword. Like Tony Robbins talks about, you know, you've got contribution, and then you've got contribution's ugly sister, which is significance. And for most of my adult life, I have craved significance because I didn't have it as a child growing up. And most people that don't have significance as a child growing up will go for the ugly sister of significance over contribution. And as I'm now getting older and, dare I say, wiser within myself, I recognize that. And so now I'm intentionally doing things that are more in line with serving other people, helping other people, contributing, paying this awareness forward, with the hope that it maybe helps somebody else. Yeah. So detachment from other people's external validation, approval, what they think of you is really key. In fact, I heard Jay Shetty say the other day, beautiful saying, which I think he got from somewhere else, which is, he said, let me see if I can get this right. I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. And the minute I heard that, I was like, that's epic. I don't think it was Jay Shetty that originally said it, but he was quoting it. Socrates, maybe? Some wise old dude from thousands of years ago said it. And the point of that saying is, I've spent a very, very long time of my adult life in that frame of, I am what I think you think I am. Like, I wonder what X person thinks of me. And then creating a story around what I think they think of me. And it's just really fascinating, because I truly do believe that, like, the first step to changing and becoming a new person is to become aware. You know, becoming 90% of the battle is awareness. Awareness of bad behaviors, awareness of blind spots, awareness of limiting beliefs, awareness of where you are not necessarily vibrating in the level, in the way that you want to vibrate. Awareness is key. It's 90%. If you can get the awareness bit right, then it's about just re-educating yourself about what you then need to do and be. Like, it may be for you, it may be therapy, it may be inner child work, it may be shadow work, it may be getting a life coach, whatever it is, something that then, once you have the awareness, you have the ability to then bring new knowledge in, which expands your sense of self. Yeah. And by the way, if you're interested in being a coach, if you're in my world, if you're in my community, somewhere around this video there is an opportunity to come on a completely free training where I certify people in the foundation life coach training that we have, and then those people that really enjoy it can go on, if they want to, and do our fully accredited international master coach certification. But anyway, look, that's a story for another day. The link's somewhere around there. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been a blessing doing it for you. I'm off for Sage's Sports Day. That's it from me. Namaste. See you soon. Goodbye.